I love Jeeps. I'll tell you what, when they announced they were gonna build a new 392 HEMI Jeep, I'm like, I got to have one of those. And so I put my order in. A little less than a year later, she came in. What really makes this one special is the half doors. This is one of those options. I understand why people don't order the half doors because it's outrageous, but what to me is really outrageous is that. I can do this on my CJ7, but being able to do this on my 392, man, it is so cool. This engine makes most of its torque right off idle, and it's got 456 gears front and back, and all-wheel drive all the time. So no matter what you got it in, it's in all-wheel drive. This thing's like driving a big block Chevelle that's four-wheel drive. We go up to North Carolina a lot, and man, I can tell you, whether you have the 392 or just a regular Rubicon, that Rubicon package is something when you get off-road. This thing instills so much confidence on the big hills, the big climbs. From the hood, it just looked like I was driving off a cliff. But then I was able to use that down point and camera to get it up, and then man, as soon as I went over, my brain was ready for the experience I have in my CJ7 where it's like, yeehaw, here we come down the hill. And this thing goes over, and the brains, the computers, the anti-lock braking, everything kicks in on this thing. And it was such a controlled descent. It was almost a non-event. It was incredible. The tech in these things is incredible. And listen, I would encourage you to always safely off-road your vehicle. But man, if you've got a Rubicon, go somewhere where you can really put it to the test and see what these things can do. The engineering in these things is incredible. So now I've got this thing down in four-wheel low, and I'm gonna put off-road plus. So now I can see what my drivetrain conditions are. I've got accessory gauges, and then my favorite, pitch and roll. This is how much up and down angle and side angle I know I've had because I can do this. But then we've got trail cam. And so now the cool thing about this is this shows where you're going. But if I can't see over the nose, if I turn the wheel, that projects where my wheels are gonna go. So if I'm looking down the hill but I can't see, I just got to put these lines where I want my wheels to end up, and then I can constantly steer down the hill knowing exactly where I'm going to go as I go down the hill or up the hill using my camera. Now I'm looking out the back of the camera, and the same thing. I can back up a hill, back down a hill, or back into my favorite parking spot. But it's hyper accurate, man. With this line down the middle, I can back up to a trailer hitch and hit it perfect every time, just never take my eyes off the screen. It's absolutely amazing. For a simple platform, this thing has a lot of tech. Now, the nice thing is we got some creature comforts. We got a heated steering wheel, we got heated seats, we've got parking assistance on or off. This thing does a lot of cool stuff. When I got this thing, I wanted to, do some upgrades to it. So I put the Mopar approved Warn winch on it, Mopar approved bar and lights. In the future, I'm gonna put a bar on top with a whole rack of lights. This thing was originally rumored to come with 37s, and it's already set up for it. You don't have to change anything. So when these guys get a little more wore out, we're bumping up to the next size, and then I'm gonna change the gear sets to 513s. This thing's gonna be a beast. Let me show you some of the cool things that really set this car apart. All right, so here we are with a engineering feat. Now, I've seen shoehorned engines in my time. I've seen people put V8s and Gremlins and Vegas and stuff like that back in the 70s and 80s, but they figured out how to cram a 392 HEMI in a Jeep Wrangler. And I mean, if you look at this, holy cow, is that tight. They actually had to build the hood higher. They had to change welds. They had to re-engineer a lot of stuff just to even make this thing fit in this Jeep. But 475 horsepower. This is basically a Scat Pack HEMI in the Jeep here. But the other thing about that is this little scoop right here. This hood can drink up to 15 gallons of water a minute and not drown this engine. Now, last year in the hurricanes, I put that to the test because we had torrential flooding, and this thing got submarined more than a couple times, and it never missed a beat. It just pushed right through. But the ability to get that much water out of the engine, to get that much engine in this thing, I want to show you what this thing looks like with the half doors out, because that's what really makes this thing fun. Well, there's very few half door 392s. In fact, the dealership that I bought mine from only sold one, mine. And so, you know, if you want one with half doors, that's going to be a little tougher to find. 392s, I believe, are going to have collector value as far as these Jeeps go. But right now, the market is plentiful and there are deals to be had out there. You can get a used 392 right now for less money than a brand new, lesser model Jeep. So there's some value out there if you think you want to get one of these. It may not be out of reach. But anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed my car, and you know, whatever you drive, be safe, have fun.